We have a super impressive guest in our show today, John Tarman here. You have really interesting background how you became a canine trainer. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Tell us about your story, how this business came to be.
Yeah, so getting out of the Marine Corps, I kind of needed a passion, and I like dogs a lot, and so I figured I'd give it a shot. I started out doing like dog obedience, doing help pets, behavior stuff, and it was really a lot of fun. But being in the infantry, it's a really high adrenaline job, and so I figured, what's the mix of the two is canine. And so I started looking around and found a couple of schools to go to, and here we have today is Canine Diesel.
Hello, Diesel.
He's my explosive canine detection dog.
Okay, that's a serious job.
It is a serious job. Most recently, we did the country concert at the Wells Fargo Arena, Thomas Rhett. And we did a great job. He did really good. But yeah, so we go around and do jobs here and there, and work a lot with local handlers and stuff, police departments, stuff like that.
What goes into your training? How do you take your background, the trainings you've had, and really just create dogs to be such a skilled assist to these critical jobs?
It's a lot of work, Diesel.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of consistency. Like every single day, doing obedience or doing detection, doing some sort of something, because they're really high drive dogs, and so they need a job. And so if they're not doing anything, they're going crazy.
Miserable.
Yeah, they're going crazy. Yeah. So he does a lot of work, and so. Yeah, it just takes a lot of consistency. Yeah. Really, it is.
Show us some
yeah, absolutely.
training.
So some basic stuff we can do is just some basic obedience. I like to use food rewards for pets, obedience, stuff like that, or we can use dogs that like balls and stuff too. He goes crazy for the ball. Come on, sits. Nice. Heel. That's good.
Yeah, he's quick. Also, how do you work with a puppy? I wish my puppy was watching this right now.
Yes. It's you have to be very engaging with them, so very kind of like fun and high energy, stuff like that. It's really going to bring them to really listen to you. If you're boring, then it's like not fun for them.
What are mistakes people make that the dog, the training doesn't sink in, like inconsistencies?
So biggest thing I've seen is not creating a clear picture. Okay. So if you're trying to train your dog and you're confused at all, I can guarantee your dog is too. Yeah. And so if you're not creating a clear picture, then they're just going to be confused, and your training's going to take longer. Platz. That's nice.
Oh, so on a regular, consistent training basis, how long does it take you to train a dog?
It depends on what I'm doing. So if I'm just doing basic obedience, I do like 2-week board and trains, can usually get a really good foundation going, and then kind of work with the owner after that, and then continue like maybe 6 weeks and get it really good. After that, the owners kind of feel like they kind of handle it and get a little more knowledge about it, so they can continue on for the rest of the dog's life. Training should go on forever. It shouldn't end.
Right. It's like a child.
It is. It is. So, and if you stop training, then you're going to see a decline in their behavior, kind of get more freedom and more crazy. But yeah, so usually I'd say 6 to 8 weeks for basic obedience, and the behavior stuff is a whole different kind of story, and depends on what's actually going on with the dog.
I mean, you got to treat it like a lifelong commitment.
Yes.
They need you to give them feedback, positive feedback, and I think not being impatient with them 100%. Is probably really
patience is a really big key. Patience and consistency is like the 2 key foundation for training.
Through your background, your life journey getting to this place, what do you love most about working with dogs?
I like being surprised. So you have like this idea in this program that you kind of lay out, and then you continue to work. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes like days where the dog just does not stop, he continues to work, you get surprised. It's really fulfilling. Yeah.
And then you also do really intense trainings, for that it needs to be just for public service safety, right?
It is, yeah, 100%. So yeah, 100%. A lot of dogs can do help protect people, like search and rescue and stuff like that. It's a big one. He actually does tracking, so we work on tracking, and we don't do search and rescue. That's like a little more opposite end of what he does. We're trying to focus more on detection, but yeah, big things that way.
And when people see these service dogs and it says do not pet, you really do need people to respect
100%.
Public.
A lot of times people put it on because their dog may not be good with strangers coming up to him.
Okay.
Fortunately, he's okay. But when we're working and stuff, it can be a big distraction. And when we're working trying to find, especially something like an explosive device or a gun in a school or something, we really need the dog to pay attention, and we don't need distractions. So
even more reasons to love dogs.
100%.
Incredible. Hey, here we go. Where can folks find you?
Legion Canine. You can search it on Google. We'll be the first one. The actual website is legionc9detection.com.
Calling calling you after the show because, as I said, I got a puppy that needs some training.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then we have a Facebook and Instagram. It's just Legion Canine, and you can find us there.
Awesome.